So, it looks like Super Mario Logan is being sued. Now, if you guys don't know who Super Mario Logan is, he basically makes skit videos using Nintendo plushes. And over the last few years, SML has been through a lot. His first channel, Super Mario Logan, was completely demonetized. So he moved to a new channel, Super Luigi Logan, and then that channel was also demonetized. So he made a third channel, Super Bowser Logan, and when COPPA hit, he decided to make his own original plushes. Now, a lot of people did not like these original plushes, myself included. They just weren't the same as the original, especially since I'd been watching SML for years. To go from the classic Nintendo plushes to these weird looking ones, it was definitely hard to accept that Logan was gonna be using these plushes. Now, luckily, COPPA didn't seem to affect his channel, so not long after that, he went back to using the Nintendo plushes. But recently, you might have noticed that Logan has completely rebranded his channel. He changed the name of his channel to SML, and his banner and his profile picture no longer feature any Nintendo characters. And even if you go to his older channels, none of these feature any Nintendo characters, and he changed the names on all of these channels. And he also created some new backup channels, so you might be wondering, what exactly happened to Logan? Well, it turns out SML is actually being sued by Nintendo. And recently, Logan posted this onto Instagram, and this is a cease and desist letter from Nintendo, so I'm just gonna read out what this letter says. Dear Mr. 30acre, we represent Nintendo of America. The purpose of this correspondence is to address your unauthorized use of the Nintendo brand in conjunction with the profane and offensive content on your multiple YouTube channels named after iconic Nintendo characters. Nintendo has received many complaints from the community who have expressed confusion and disgust at your use of Nintendo's brand and intellectual property, including particular concern for children who are drawn to your content based on your unauthorized use of the Nintendo brand. And while you promote your content as 100% family friendly, your channels target and attack historically disadvantaged and or protected classes of people, including but not limited to the Asian community, the Black community, the Hispanic community, the LGBTQ plus community, mentally and physically disabled children, and women. Your content perpetuates discriminatory and offensive stereotypes while degrading and ridiculing members of the LGBTQ plus community and Black Lives Matter, mocking individuals with disabilities, objectifying women, trivializing sexual assault, and using racist, sexist, homophobic, and ableist terms. In addition, your content further glorifies child abuse and regularly features explicit content, including depictions and discussions about sexual assault and rape. You have profited from Nintendo's brand and intellectual property, caused confusion among Nintendo's customers and the public as to the source of this content, and tarnished the goodwill and positive reputation that Nintendo enjoys. Alright, usually I try and read out the whole thing before saying anything, but that is funny, alright? Nintendo does not have a positive reputation, especially in cases like this. They like to go around just copyright striking anyone and everyone that uses any Nintendo characters. People that make fan games, people that remaster old games, they get strike down and Nintendo threatens to sue them. So Nintendo definitely doesn't have the best reputation. They then continue the letter by saying this. Specifically, you have used Nintendo's brands and intellectual property to create content for and to draw attention to your YouTube channels Super Mario Logan, Super Luigi Logan, Super Bowser Logan, Yoshi Logan, Wario Logan, Luigi Logan, Super Daisy Logan, and corresponding social media pages and merchandise store at smlmerch.com. You have also used Nintendo's registered Super Mario trademark and other intellectual property to raise money on your Patreon pages. Trademarks in the channel or video titles cease all use of Nintendo's intellectual property to promote and publicize the content on your YouTube channels, including but not limited to titles, meta tags, keywords, and thumbnails. And 3, otherwise cease unauthorized use of Nintendo intellectual property in your videos. Nintendo reserves all rights, remedies, and defenses under federal laws. So that right there is a lot, and this seems like a very serious situation, and they're pretty much accusing SML of being discriminatory. Now, if you have watched Super Mario Logan, you know he likes to make offensive jokes. I don't think that he's actually what Nintendo is accusing him of. His channel is kind of like South Park, alright? They make fun of anyone and everyone, and that's pretty much what SML does. Almost all of his characters are a stereotype of some sort, and it's not like he's just attacking one group of people. His videos are supposed to be funny and entertaining. Now, what is gonna happen with the SML channel? I have no idea. If Nintendo is able to sue him, they might be able to take all of his channels down. He has rebranded his channels, so maybe he will be able to get away without them taking down his channels, and it looks like he might have to delete all of his old videos, and he might just have to stick to using the human characters, which that just sucks for everyone. That sucks for SML, that sucks for the fans. This is just a terrible situation, and it's kind of weird that after all of these years, all of a sudden, Nintendo finally decides to take action against SML. Like, you would have expected this in 2018 when SML was all over the news. He had quite a few controversies because apparently a kid had watched one of his videos where Jeffy tied a noose, and the kid learned how to do that because of Jeffy, and that's why SML was demonetized. So you would have thought that back then, maybe Nintendo would have taken action, but now, for some reason, in 2021, they have decided to take action against SML. So I'm hoping that SML can get through this. Hopefully there isn't a lot of damages. It just seems like to me that Nintendo is flexing their power. I'm pretty sure his videos are fair use because technically they're a parody, but like they did say, he also used their brand to, you know, make a Patreon and sell merch. So maybe they have a case there. I'm not sure. But yeah, these are just my thoughts on this entire situation. If you guys have enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel.
So it's only been a week since the last time I shit on Nintendo, and I want to again reiterate, fuck Nintendo. And within that week, they've somehow found more interesting and creative ways to just be hated. It's like they're speed running to try and become the most hated video game company in the fucking world, and they're succeeding. In the last video I made talking about their shit, I kind of chalked a lot of it up to just them being technologically incompetent and out of touch and afraid of change. But after the last week or so, I genuinely just believe this company is evil. I really think that they just hate gamers or their audience that they try and cater to, and do anything they can and go out of their way to keep dropping their fucking butthole in the mouth of the people that buy their products.
Come on, Nintendo! Give us more! How about this instead?
Hey, wait a minute, if Nintendo's
abusing copyright,
who's watching the
fan bases?
Not my problem.
It's me!
I guess this is my problem. While I go
Copyright striking.
these fools, here's what's new. Ah!